All right, my name's Sam Staples. I'm the conference program manager for the Australian Energy Storage Conference. I'm here with Caleb Waugh, the head of business analytics, energy storage for Lockheed Martin. Caleb, what do you think are the biggest business opportunities in the energy storage market now and in the future?
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the question. I think right now the biggest opportunities really are focusing on providing grid reliability and really leveraging where the economics currently are for batteries for very niche applications. And so we tend to see for storage and applications, batteries can solve lots of problems on the grid. And there's many opportunities for them now where you may be able to provide services against other assets at favorable economics. And so right now what we're seeing in the US, but then also what we expect to see in Australia is there's very strong business cases for storage to provide ancillary services and wholesale markets. There's opportunities for storage to provide value behind the meter for residential, commercial, industrial customers. And so we would expect those types of applications to really drive business opportunities in the near term. But we're focused on is really more long-term. What happens as our grids evolve? What happens as the grid moves to a more decentralized architecture and less centralized? And what happens when you're starting to focus on trying to integrate an increasing number of renewable generation and intermittent assets like solar and wind? And so we really see the opportunities going forward are less among kind of focusing on a lot of these niche immediate applications where your economics today, and more on what sort of problems are you solving in the long term as you get more and more intermittent renewable assets on the grid.
And on that same line, what are the most important economic factors affecting the move to 100% renewable energy and the uptake of energy storage?
Absolutely. So the thing you really need to think about for storage is there's a couple things that drive your economics. First off, there's existing markets for electricity, there's existing markets for energy, and so you really have to think about what sort of market clearing conditions do you need for storage to provide value against existing assets. And so as much as we'd like for storage to proliferate, we do have to meet certain economic thresholds. The main thing is what you're benchmarking against, and so depending on where you're at, you need to think about what's setting your prices in wholesale markets. That tends to be natural gas, coal, in a number of regions, but what we'd expect is as you get more and more renewables on the grid, instead of being price takers in those markets, renewable generation is going to start setting market prices. As that happens, the prices of renewable generation, when it's really sunny or it's windy, actually goes down, and then when those assets come online, the price for energy you'd expect to increase significantly. And so the main drivers you'll see is as costs come down, economics will be more favorable. But on the flip side, as you get more and more renewable assets integrated into the grids, that's going to impact what sort of pricing you see in the markets and the opportunity for storage to drive value.
Perfect. Now, just real quickly, I'd like to talk a little bit about the new flow battery from Lockheed Martin. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what makes it unique?
Absolutely. So Lockheed Martin is in the business energy storage right now with two products. We do have a lithium-ion turnkey solution that we've deployed quite successfully in the U.S. And that's really focused on shorter duration, smaller type applications. But really when we look at lithium-ion chemistries and we look at both the cost and performance, we see limits in what lithium can provide for very long duration bulk time shifting of renewables. And so when you look at the types of attributes you would want in a battery really for those longer durations, high cycling, high project life applications, we really like flow. And so a number of years back, we acquired a company out of MIT, just outside of Boston, that had come up with a new novel approach to flow batteries that we felt solved a lot of the technical performance and economic challenges that traditional flow batteries chemistries have been faced with. And we're in the late stage of productization and commercialization of that technology, and we will be in the market with that technology in the next few years.